Damn dirtbaggers are on my land. Whoa! Howdy
Hello.
How you doing?
We have a special
G'day.
guest here today. Blake Bilko Williams. Where are you from, Bilko?
Australia, mate.
Baxter.
Down under. Hey, Buzz. Baxter.
G'day.
Bubba stayed at the Baxter Tavern before. World
I
famous
did.
Restaurant and hotel.
Yeah, we
Nice
did.
guy.
I ate well there. At
It's
Baxter.
about 40 minutes south of Melbourne. I live on 10 acres and grew up riding dirt bikes in the backyard, and here we are now.
Yep. How's your dad, Bilko?
Tommy's killing it. Tommy's living the dream. He was just come over for Christmas and
Awesome.
just causing trouble, just trying to fix
bet.
everything in the house and just basically made more of a mess.
Yeah, I bet he did. Anyway,
Just to talk about your father, throughout your adventures, your father was always there, like
always.
on Crusty tours, X Games. No matter where you were, your dad, Tommy, was always there.
Yeah, let's not say he came on every Crusty show because otherwise he was probably would have been a bit upset. But yeah, he definitely came to every contest that I did, every X Games. My parents flew over and supported me, and pretty much I couldn't have done it without him. So it's been awesome to have him along for the ride this whole time. I think New Zealand, he actually came to the show, and we talked him into coming to the after party, and he had a little few too many drinks. Well, basically he just had drinks, and he usually doesn't. And he parked in a no parking zone, and then he woke up in the morning because he passed out so hard. He slept so hard on his arm it went numb, and he thought he had a stroke because he couldn't feel his arm. And then he went downstairs to get his rental car, and it had been towed. And then he had to go to the tow yard and get the car out just to make his flight. I think he missed his flight. It's the first flight he's missed.
I think I met him way before the Crusty. Well, I met you was at an old Supercross, Phil Christensen,
Yes.
Supercross, but that must have been almost 20 years ago, Bilko, because
Easily
you
20
would
years
get
ago.
out on racers, and then you would do
Yep.
the freestyle at halftime. In
Yeah,
the middle of the Supercross.
That would have been 2001 and 2001, 2002, 2003.
Right, so that was 20 years ago. Wow, already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long.
Hey, Bilko, I know we're going to get into motocross and we're going to watch some of these old clips and everything, but I'm excited to just cut right to nowadays. I want to hear about your racing. You've been doing some racing, and that's, I'm so stoked for you. There's nothing like, racing vehicles. So can you tune us in on like where you're at with all that right now?
Oh, man. Unfortunately, the thing with racing four wheels is it's even more, not just twice the cost, not even 4 times the cost of racing a motorcycle. It's so expensive. So I've done a little bit over the last couple of years. Some rallycross. Did the Red Bull Rallycross series. I did about 7 rounds in 2 years. Actually got a podium. So that was pretty cool. The highlight of mine would be racing Pikes Peak. And when I first year I went to Pikes Peak, I really had no idea what it was. And then it turns out it still is the scariest road I've ever driven, let alone at full speed.
Wow.
So, at the moment, there's not too much on the horizon for 4 wheels. Like I said, it's just...
Hey, Bilko, what happens if you go off the road at Pikes Peak?
Basically, you're going to write your car off, which makes car racing even more expensive again.
Yeah.
And there is a chance of not being out of there alive. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, I can send you
It's
a clip.
gnarly.
I can send you a clip of me
I'm just
basically.
trying to set it up for our viewers, like how gnarly that race is.
Yeah,
I'll
most
send
people
you.
know what Pikes Peak is. Fuck, it's
I
gnarly.
know, but they not many people have raced it, Dana.
Oh, I know. Well,
To be a in the racing seat.
yeah, you're basically
behind
racing.
the wheel.
You're basically racing up a whole mountain.
Yeah, you start at 9,000 feet and you climb to 14,500 feet in the space of 10 minutes roughly. So, yeah, I mean, I had a spin and it was the closest you can go to spinning without going off the cliff. I went one way and then I spun the other way, and as the car flicked around, my back wheels were in the dirt, which is only about this much dirt. Off the side of the road, and my back bumper was hanging off the edge, and I have no idea how I stayed on the road, but I'm gonna text you that clip now. I don't know if you can have it put up on there or not, but
text it to our guy Jason, man behind the curtain.
All right, Jason, you don't want to put your number on there, so send me your number in the email, and I'll text it and I'll shoot it to you.
Yeah, you can. I'll let me get it over to you to John, and then John can get it over to you, my email, and then you can shoot it.
Well, hopefully it's not too scary. They kicked us off YouTube last weekend for having Seth crash.
Oh, really?
Apparently, Seth is too gnarly for YouTube.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No, it's basically you just see me spinning sideways, and I can see the inside wall, and I'm like, I don't want to hit that, so I correct out of the other way, and then all of a sudden I'm just facing blue sky and a cliff, and then I managed to flick it the other way, and that's when my back wheels were on the edge, and the bumper was hanging off the cliff, and I got up on the edge of the road facing the other way.
Wow. What a rush, huh?
Yeah. So
I'm sending this to Jason now.
Anytime.
So
well,
yeah.
Why don't we have our Jason in the sky cue something up if he doesn't have that?
Yeah. We got something lined up right here, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Watch through it first, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll talk about it after the first 20 seconds. So let's run through this right now, and without any further ado.
Hey, Bub, you look like a closet dog.
There you go. You got some
let's go back and talk about a couple of those clips there, Bilko.
Yeah.
All right.
Here you are.
This is Harley right here, buddy.
What is that, Bilko?
That is the ruler flip, and that was actually the year I invented it, 2007 Crusty Tour. So that was definitely a wild one. I pretty much went from doing a Superman flip to that in about 2 weeks. Yeah. So I kind of got a little sendy back when I was a little younger, but unfortunately that confidence and that was what bit me in the ass, and the reason I have a pimp limp now, because about 3 weeks after tour at the Baltimore Dew Tour, I over-rotated, landed on my foot, and shattered my ankle, and it's never been the same. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Dude, you've always been limping ever since I've known you. You're limping. You're dragging something.
The main one was from that trick at just after this tour. So that's what all my issues came from.
Hey, let me chime in on this one, Bilko. John and I were talking about some of these shots earlier, and
maybe just stop there, Jason.
Yeah, stop a minute. Anyways, so going back to that ruler flip, I gotta say that I think Crusty 13, your ruler flip on the cover of Crusty 13 is probably one of my favorite covers of any cover we've ever done out of all of them.
Yeah. Well, for one, I was stoked to be on the cover. That was like a childhood dream from watching the first Crust. It wasn't even a dream because I didn't think it would be possible. But But just that picture alone, it ran in a couple of magazines, and I remember coming to America and to watch a Supercross, and Dean Wilson was like, "Dude, that is so photoshopped. There's no way you did that. No, that's bullshit." Like, he's like, "Why would you Photoshop a trick to make yourself look good?"
I think a
like,
lot of people thought the same thing.
Well, that's when
Yeah,
you had the
it was
levers.
just,
The levers came out
yeah,
and pulled you back. That was right when those came out, and you and a couple
Yep.
other guys were running them to do that
Who
trick.
invented the levers? Who invented the levers?
Travis came up with the idea. He went through a couple of different designs, and I'm pretty
So
sure
Travis Pastrana. Okay.
Yeah. But even those levers I have on right there, one of them was made of thinner steel because that's all I had at the time, and it'd bend every time I did that trick. So I'd have to bend it back with my hand between each one. So I don't know. It was probably pretty close to snapping, but it wasn't the most ideal setup. But they were homemade during the week between shows. So, and I had to make a set for Mason. I had to make a set for Belchi. I had to make a bunch of them like in the 3 days we had off between the first tour stops.
Well, all that stuff was new,
Yeah, exactly. And they had to rotate out of the way too, so they had to rotate around the handlebars. So when you weren't using them, they weren't sticking up in the way.
And what happened when you did a trick like this, and all of a sudden we're saying, "Yeah, just do it in a train. Follow like 10 other guys, and you're gonna do that."
At that point, I didn't even care. I was a little bit too overconfident with it. That's how I got hurt at Baltimore doing it, because I was just like, yeah, it'll be sweet. I've got this thing on lock. And, that's what bit me in the ass. But in the trains and stuff during this tour, I didn't care. And, Bora, the promoter, was like, only do it once a night. We want to keep it special. I'm like, I'm going to do it at least, throw it in the expression session at the end and final train.
Yeah.
And when you started riding the shows, weren't you pretty young? Like, were you like, you just started just snuck on the tour somehow?
Well, the first tour I ever went to was 2003, and me and my best mate Cam Sinclair, we made fake wristbands so we could sneak in. We kind of hung outside the pit, the loading dock area, where all the riders and stuff walk in, and it was pretty hard to see what wristbands are because everyone had big baggy hoodies on and stuff, but they had to pull their sleeve back to show the security guard, and I spotted the colour, and I'm like, right, let's go. So we went to the news agency, bought some coloured paper, got a bit crafty with the scissors, cut some wristbands up, and we spent all night backstage just hanging out and meeting all you guys, and kind of hiding in the corner a little bit because you didn't want people to say, who are these two dudes that don't even have passes we've never met. But we basically spent the whole show like walking around the stands during practice and watching and filming and just like we were stoked hanging out with our idols. And then fast forward the next year, I rode 50s on the tour.
That's right.
Flipped my 50 off the backside of the landing, and I bet Nate Adams was pretty spewing. He rode it on. He signed a jersey for me, and he said, "To Bilko, keep flipping." And then fast forward 5 years, and I beat him at X Games. So he was probably upset that he wrote that.
Nate the Destroyer. Right.
Princess.
Hey, Jason, our video guy, do you got the clips of G-Spot when Bilko came out with us?
That would be the new link that I just gave you.
There's a couple more highlights in there if you want to go through. If you see that ruler flip,
what are you doing here? I mean, this.
Well, that's
a come up with that thing?
That's a terrible 360. One, because of the camera angle, and two, because it's a warm up. Back with the 360s, the idea with a 360 on a bike is it's obviously not the same as a BMX. You have to mix the rotation with a flip and a spin, and that one's really like flippy. But it's obviously, I remember that day at practice, I hadn't done one off an American ramp yet, and that was the first one I did, so you can tell it's pretty flippy, but you just want to get it around, get it on the wheels, and then you can start getting sideways. But
where
if you
are
watch on the ruler flip...
You're in Temecula there?
Yeah, that's at Nate Adams or Deegan's house, wherever it was. But if you go back to the very first shot of the ruler flip, you can see at the very end, keep going back,
Go back.
Here we go.
Right
When you put... Wait, and now stop. Now watch the back wheel of the bike. When you put all the weight on the levers to come back, you need to go a little further. It actually, the body weight...
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of body weight you put on the bike with those levers, watch the back wheel, it actually goes downwards here. See there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you play it in slow mo, it actually, the amount of force that your body is producing to get back on the motorcycle,
Yeah.
it's enough it stops the rotation of the motorcycle for a second.
I never.
Wow.
Hey, that's pretty interesting, Bilko. I've never noticed that.
I didn't notice that either.
Well,
But I mean,
our
all
job
we do
is
watch.
our job is editing footage, and we stare at the shit so fucking much. That's one thing I never noticed.
No, yeah. I mean, usually it slows down, but in that one, it actually stops, and it almost looks like, it starts to rotate the other way because there's so much force.
Yeah,
I
So
know a
if
couple
you,
years
if you
had
didn't
that
have those
360
levers,
round.
it would just keep going.
Yeah, the bike
Behind
could
you.
just keep spinning. Well, she's actually done one without levers. I don't know how he pulled it off, probably because of his muscle, but
Oh, okay, Josh. Yeah.
that was an accident. It was an accident, though. He didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, let's not
pretty
talk
sick.
about that one. Mum's watching.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that one.
we had some fun times on tour.
yeah,
We
just fun
definitely
times
did.
on
You
tour.
were always kind of the class clown on tour.
That's
and all the
there's the
ladies
cliffhanger
loved
flip.
you for that.
Cliffhanger,
hey, you know
flip.
what? Let's
Now,
talk
what
about
the
this.
hell are you doing there?
Hey.
So why would you want to hang upside down by your ankles?
You know, it's,
To beat Travis.
hey, you know what's funny, Bilko? Let's talk about this one. When Travis first came out to California after we met him in Florida, the first time I took him to Beaumont, and the first trick that he ever started doing was the freaking cliffhanger. And I remember Free Dog, and we're like, fuck, look at this shit. And
Yeah.
obviously you're upside down now, a whole nother
Yeah.
He was probably going about 120 foot, something like
Oh
that.
yeah, no, I remember he was going. He went
Like that, but he was going right side up, not like that.
There was a big one that Beaumont he was doing, but he was doing the first cliffhangers, and I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It probably wasn't that straight either.
First tricks besides when Jeremy did the knack-knacks and blah 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 and the cans or whatever knack-knacks, I guess. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that one there, that's off the Super Kicker. I mean, it makes more sense when you think about it with the Super Kicker now with Nitro with the Moon Booter. You go straight up, straight down. It's a lot easier to hang from your feet.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the only riders that does it where I actually let go of handlebars before I've even locked my feet in. So if you
So
see
you
it in
catch
some...
it.
Yeah, I catch it. A lot of riders will clamp their feet and look downwards at the bars, and then they do the cliffhanger, and it's later in the rotation, and I don't think it looks as good. Where I just hit the ramp, and as my feet are there, I just jump off basically, and then point my toes inwards. Well, I point one of my feet, one foot I point my toes inwards, the other ones don't point left or right, so they don't move at all. So.
And why would you even come up with this?
Well, anything to innovate. That's the thing. You want to do tricks that nobody's doing. So the next clip's also a world's first, and I don't think anyone's done that trick either.
Yeah, how do you like that moon booter? Is that moon booter thing fun?
This one is. That's a 360 knack. 360 knack
cool.
one
This is
and
better angle.
360 knack one.
Super flat right there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a better camera angle. Plus, it's a better 360, and it's a knack one-hander.
Yeah, and most guys, I mean, they can whip it gnarly like that, but look, you keep going.
Yeah, that's the point of the 360. You don't want to land halfway.
No.
And that's before
That's awesome.
the bags too.
Now, with a trick like that, Bilko, did you perform that into the foam pit first, or you just took it right away?
Well, the ruler flip, I didn't really do in the foam pit, no, but the 3 knack, I think I did a couple of them, but I hated foam pits, especially 75 foot, because you come to such a sudden stop.
Yeah.
So, it's all right if you're real land and you've got your feet on the pegs and the hand on the bars, because you can absorb a hard landing, but whenever you try tricks, obviously you're letting go, and you're moving your feet around and that. So if you get back to the bike and you think you're about to grab the handlebar and you miss it, or you miss a foot, the bike stops completely and you've got no brace. So the bike stops and then you just slam straight into it and smash your chest on the bars or rip your foot off the side. And that's the thing, the foot pegs are really small, so they'll go through the foam.
Yeah.
And then your boots being a lot bigger, it rips your feet sideways and them off, and it really can damage your knees.
Yeah.
So
you ever get claustrophobic down there? Because
yeah.
I've been in there. Bubba's been in there.
I've been in there upside down. It sucks.
Yeah, that was
claustrophobic.
That was at Shuey's house. You were stuck upside down.
You helped Doug dig me out.
It took a while. Yeah, it took a while, but we got you.
Yeah, I went to the bottom of Travis's. Hey, one thing, Bilko, what about all the stuff that we've been watching? You know, we're watching gnarly shit. And if you notice, everything's on hard landings. And now, I mean, when was the last time you landed on a hard landing? A lot of the airbags. What do you think of the difference between the airbags and the whole hard landing deal?
Honestly, I love them because I've crashed on the airbag landing and a couple of times, and I've just got up and walked away, as opposed to if it was a portable steel landing. Also, they're a lot easier to set up and transport, which means it opens up more places for us to do demos and shows. And yeah, also when we do a lot of shows in a row, like I know a lot of those Crusty tours, we did 3 nights in a row sometimes.
Yep.
Obviously, even if you don't crash, it hurts when you land a bunch of times, and then you do it the next day, it starts to hurt a bit more. Where the airbag landing, it takes that initial impact out.
Yep.
So, last year at Daytona Bike Week, we did 8 straight days of shows, and I wasn't sort of like I normally would be on a portable landing.
Right.
And it cuts out the hospital.
Yeah.
It can cut out the hospital.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Bilko. Right on.
We had a lot of hospital trips. And how many times did you get the whistle?
Oh, I got that plenty of times.
I got it in Colder Park.
I never really. I didn't really
whistle?
have too many. Yeah, the green whistles are good. I never really had too many injuries at shows. I mean, I blew my knee out in 2006. That was about it for crashing at shows on tour. A lot of them, all my injuries are from doing dumb shit. Like I ghost rode my bike after I won X Games and I blew my ACL. And then I jumped the I jumped the BMX ramp at Nitro Circus and blew my knee out. I over rotated a backflip on a BMX, so that was dumb.
Yeah.
But as far as crashing at the Crusty shows, I had a pretty solid record for keeping it on 2 wheels.
All right. Well, what else do we got to watch? You got any other demos lined up?
Yes, sir. Right here.
No, that's.
What's going on there? Wait a minute.
That's everyone trying to.
Wait a minute. What?
No, we're going to shave his head.
Right there.
Yeah, that was trying to shave my head, but I was too smart. As soon as I seen the clippers, I just whacked the clippers out of Twitch's hands and they broke. And then it didn't matter how long they pinned me down for; they had no clippers left.
Tell people what that was all about. Initiation, new guy on tour, and they come shave your head.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit of Crusty initiation. Everyone gets their head shaved apparently, but I had luscious locks that I was pretty proud of, and there was a hot chick coming that night that I wanted to hook up with, so I didn't really want a shaved head.
And how's your guy behind you? Isn't that Bear?
Mark the Bear Smith. Yeah, he wasn't even trying to hold me, but when he did squeeze me, I didn't move. But I ended up putting my foot through that big tall mirror to the right, and it cost me $700.
Oh man! Oh man!
Oh my God!
The antics on tour. Now here you're in. If we just go back.
Yeah, that was Western Australia. We did that. That me and Seth.
Yeah, and you're about 5th gear pinned? There, just pinning it.
5th gear pinned down the beach. That was that's 2007 as well.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And why do all these people go? Why do these people want to paint your name on them?
I guess I was a bit of a mad dog back in 2007, so a crowd favourite. But that was probably one of the funnest tours of my life. Crusty 07 and Crusty
Look at that place is packed.
That's pretty good when they all got their name all over their. That's a good one.
Yeah, and when they turn around, it says rules.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that shot.
Yeah, when they turn around and throw back arch.
All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Wizard in the Sky. What else? What other kind of videos we got to check
All
out?
right, all right.
Let's go to clip 3.
Oh,
Let's,
fuck.
or do you want to show that the one that you sent me there? You want to see that one first?
Yeah, let's see.
Sure, let's go to California.
Okay.
Bilko out in our stomping grounds, getting a little
This
free
is
riding, a little filming in.
Crusty 12.
You know, Bilko, I built this jump, or Manley built this jump with us, and it sat there. It sat there for a while, and Pastor wouldn't hit it like it was a Pastor jump. And you and Madison were the first ones to hit that thing. That was a big ass jump.
Is that the one where you took off on top of the hill and jumped all the way down on it?
Yeah, you
Yes.
dipped down.
Yeah.
And
That dirt was so dry and pebbly that basically once you landed, you were like skating down the hill to try and stop. Like it was.
Oh yeah, it was steep as hell too.
Yeah, the soil was horrible. So you're basically rolling with the dirt on the brakes, just drifting down the hill, and then we hit.
But then we had a second jump.
Yeah.
Once you're skidding down, then we had the second jump.
Yeah, yeah.
To go up and over the next hill.
It was like going down like almost like a mini avalanche with you. So you had to like kind of gain control before you hit the next one.
Right.
So it's like a snowboard jump.
Well, let's see if we can get that shit queued up and check it out.
All right, here we go.
Let's go, Wizard.
All right.
Let's do it. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, look at that stud.
Oh my Lord.
Come out of Victoria that are just.
I don't think this is the one. This is a different
Okay, no
thing.
problem. We'll do the second one then. We'll do the second one. This is the one
Out of Crusty 12, the new stuff that I gave you.
That hat was from 2007. I know that much. That was one of my.
That was a long
hats.
time ago now. Oh.
That was it.
We got a little bit of a lock up on the live show. We'll have something to edit out.
That was a Carrie Hart signature DVS hat. So I was head to toe DVS back in the day.
Yeah.
Are you still with them or?
Nah, I won X Games and they cut my pin and said they'd get it back up, and then the next year they fired me.
Yeah.
Well, now you got Monster on your head.
No, I always I had Monster at that point too, but DVS was my first huge sponsor. So yeah, that was.
All right.
This is a different clip. We can roll with this. Go ahead.
We'll roll with this one.
There you go.
New Zealand. There you go. That's a good one right there.
Yeah. So
we can back that couple of those shots up. Now, what kind of modern machinery are you riding right here?
I think that was Bunbury, Perth, and that was a hire that I decided to just to find some cool stuff to jump on it. And
did you get your deposit back?
I did, but a bunch of the guys went to the BMX track and apparently tore it up because they took a pit bike there as well, and they got in the newspaper and some serious shit for tearing up the BMX track. See, I didn't go to the BMX track. I'm smarter than that.
And now, what's going on here? You're trying to perfect your 360.
That was the first ever 360 I tried ramp to ramp, and I over rotated and landed and slid out, and I think I fractured my scapula, my shoulder blade.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the first time I missed a show for Crusty.
Looks like you're in practice right there.
Yeah, for being hurt. I think it was Hamilton. Hamilton was the last show of the
Hamilton.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I missed that one, but
yeah,
I was getting ready to go to Austria to do some contests, and I thought I better get a 360 out the way, and that's how it ended. So
yeah.
Damn.
And that was a flying fox in that canyon, and we went for the Halley ride that day.
That's me, you, and Kane Saul.
Yeah, Sully. Look at him.
That was a fun one.
360
that one's sick right there.
Yeah, usually they look good from this angle because you're spinning towards it, but when they're flat like that.
Wait, go back to the luggage shot on the way to the airport. That one's all time.
No, I wasn't on the way to the airport, but I was just doing it.
You were in Western Oz. We were going from the sand dunes.
Check out the cable ties holding it on. I had to use a couple of them so the bag that sat on a lower angle, and that's just dangling by cable ties.
If I can remember, I think I might have filmed that shot. I was laughing my ass off.
Well, sadly, a week or so later, gear bag and that bike burnt down when the truck hit the goat.
Oh yeah.
Was that?
Wait,
okay.
Was that a truck or a land train? Huh?
Yeah, they had the lamb train. Yeah, ripped the bull bar off and it ripped all the diesel tank off, and it didn't explode, but just caught fire. And yeah, mine and Matto's bike and a few others just got toasted again for the second year in a row.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that was the second one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we had one year before.
Yeah, the year before was a lot gnarlier, and well, the lucky thing was about the second time is Nate, Shuey, Cam, Belchy, I think a couple others went to Esperance, some sand dunes.
That's right. We did some filming out there. Yeah. Yeah,
so their bikes weren't on the truck, and then something about loading up late. Minnie and Sully's bikes went on the fencing truck, so it was kind of a lucky deal, but it was only mine and Matto's bikes that got burnt that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
And my gear bag, that was a one-off gear bag.
Did
gear bag.
The truck driver lived, right?
He did that time. The first year, unfortunately, passed away, so RIP Bubbles. But, the second year he just hit a goat and the bull bar fell off, and as he ran over it, it ripped a bunch of shit off, including the diesel tank.
And got the guy?
No, he was fine. He just stood out and took... Yeah, he just called Brooks. He said, "What do I do? It's on fire." And he's like, "Can you put it out?" And he said, "Nah." He goes, "Oh, fuck it. Let it burn. What can you do?"
I think he took a photo.
He took a few photos. I got a couple photos sent to me.
That's what I remember. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did you ever find that latest clip of the free riding?
Free riding.
I want to show that jump of the G-spot.
It's the latest one that I just sent you.
The latest one that you just sent me via text, right? During this, after we started.
Via text, yeah, and it's out of Crusty 12.
Okay, let me jump to that.
And it's not these indoor type of arrangement. It's big jumps in Southern California, up in the hills. Place we call G-Spot.
G-Spot.
Yeah, that's because you can't find it, but it's sick as fuck.
It's the invisible spot.
That's it.
A little hard to find, but it's awesome if you get there.
Yeah.
Hey, how about I take a bathroom break while you find it? I really got to pee. So pause for 2 minutes. Are you going to edit stuff you're going to edit stuff after, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take a break with you while you're taking a break.
All right. Thank you guys. John, stay with me here.
Okay, I'm here.
All right. Because what you sent via text here is this one right here.
Australia's pretty passionate about their sports.
Well, a couple guys that have come out of Victoria that are just
That's not it.
legends on our tour.
No.
That's
a different. That's Crusty 16.
All right.
That's what I sent you was Crusty 12. None of this. This is all like touring.
All right. Yeah, because this.
No, the latest one that the last one that I gave you, it's all outside and like being filmed from a helicopter.
Filmed from a helicopter. Oh, that one. You mean not the one that you're talking about before we started the show. Okay, not the one that you sent during the show. Got it. Okay, I got that right here. Yep.
Okay, let's see.
Let's do it. Yeah, I know what you mean now.
Play that. See if you got the right one.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is the one you're talking about. The one that you sent just before the show.
Yeah, they're all outdoor and helicopter filming. That's the right music. Yep. You're in the right place now. We can go back. We'll wait for Bilko to arrive, but basically,
John, this is the one, right? Thumbs up.
Yeah, that's thumbs up. Yeah, you can go back to the beginning of that,
and then after one, we'll probably fucking wrap it up. We're going pretty long, right?
I'll see how we go. We got a couple more, but This one's pretty good. You talk about Southern California and Bilko, how he came from Australia out to, ride the hills with us. And
Yeah, because we don't ride hills. This is it. Yeah,
Good thing
let's
you were gone.
go back a little bit.
Yeah, Bub was getting all weird while you were gone.
Oh, really?
He started getting all weird. Hi, Bub. Okay, hands up, Bub. Hands up.
This is the right one, right, John?
Hey, Bub, I haven't seen
Yes, but wait a minute. You're going.
You want to go to 1108. 1108. You wanted to go to 1108.
Yeah, you got to go
1108.
where I queued you up.
Right there. Right here.
Somewhere in here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going. That's Trig.
Fucking trigger.
Okay, go back a little bit. Right in here. You can start right in here.
Yep. Here we go. All right, gents, let's do it.
So Bilko, you came out to ride the hills with us.
Yeah.
So we had Brian Manley build some pretty special jumps, not particularly for you, but more like for Dan Pastor, Taylor Sterner, a couple other guys that were riding out there with us all the time. But then we had you and Robbie Madison come out, and you guys took one look at it, and you're like, holy crap, let's go. And then I came in with the helicopter. Dana's getting the other shot and this and that. And what'd you think of what we built there?
Well,
were you guys excited? Or
growing up in Oz, we didn't have hills to go ride. I mean, you get fined and everything like that. You're just not allowed to go out onto land and ride anywhere unless it's someone's property. So there was no such thing as hill riding for us growing up. But doing Supercross and that and a BMX background, I just love to jump. So, yeah, you point me in the direction of a jump, I want to hit it. So, when we got up to the G-spot, I was like, damn, mate, that looks big, but... Right, let's size it up. I didn't. As soon as I seen it, I wasn't going to be like, "No, that's too big." I just, and especially being with Matto, Matto is not going to back down. So I didn't really think we just. It wasn't an option not to hit it. We just thought, all right, this is the jump. That's what we're here for. Let's start hitting it.
Did we have ambulances or anything standing by?
No, hell no, dog.
No, come on.
Hey, we built that thing in Pastor. Me and Pastor, I think we went out a couple times, and he didn't hit it it sat there for a month or so before Bilko and them came out and hit it. So
it was definitely dry. It was definitely dry, but you only have an ambulance out there if you think you're gonna crash. If you don't get an ambulance because you're gonna nail it.
I said that question because in what is it? Unchained, Deegan's like, there's no ambulance out here, we just want to get the best part in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no need to hire an ambulance unless it's some huge stunt.
Yeah.
That was just a big jump in the hills that just.
Did you go?
Had a nice landing.
Yeah. Did you, after those two big jumps, did you go down there and check out all the truck jumps? Because I did. The whole place was like a truck heaven for truck jumping.
It's like Casey Curry did all that stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot. All the truck stuff was good, but everything was so dry and like pebbly and skatey. It wasn't much fun to ride on a dirt bike. We were in the middle of summer when we went out there, so everything was just like dry rocks, and it wasn't the funnest surface to ride. And hence, when we landed off that big jump, we were just skating down the hill. So, I mean, the lips were well prepared, but other than that, it wasn't too much fun to ride around those truck jumps. But they'd still be fun in a truck at that point. But we just focused on we ramp a few times, and then I think there was a couple more jumps other than that big one that we hit.
Let's take a look at this thing. Let's watch it.
Let's check it out. Hey. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
The good old barn.
There's the little mini copter.
Yeah, and there she is. That's the big one right there, right?
Nah, that's the big one.
No,
The big one started on the
that was
top of the
down
hill.
below.
That's right.
And then we had a couple jumps just up top with like ramps and stuff.
There's the big one.
There you go. That's a big dog.
We need to cut music. Can we play it without the music?
Yeah.
Maybe just turn down the music.
Yeah, it's blowing my ears out, and I don't think it's going to work too well on the podcast when you play it back.
Maestro. Where am I at?
Might not be able to hear you.
And you'll get done for copyright if you play that on there.
We're good friends with those guys anyway.
That's the big jump there.
Yeah, I don't think our maestro can
Hey,
hear music playing.
Hey, text him to kill the video because you're not going to be able to use any of that footage because of this music. It'll get
That's
flagged
fine.
for copyright.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, who is
I think there's a separate segment of footage of just me and Matto from that spot without all the other riders in it from the intro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're still working out our video guy. He's a little rough.
Well, we lost my picture. I can't hand signal him. But no, those guys were super cool with the music. They loved it.
Well, there you go. There you sounds out. That's good.
Yeah, with YouTube, they basically flag anything that's not you don't own if you play it for a month. There's the big dog.
That's the big dog right there. That's Matto over you, right?
No, other way around. I've got a bit more wide in my gear.
Okay.
But a link dog.
Another
that was
California area near where you live now.
Yep. That's next door to Deegan's, which was Nate's, which is now Matto lives 2 doors down.
Yeah. Was there anything that you wanted to go back to, Bilko? Since
with just as long as the music. Yeah, without the music, because that was blowing out my headphones.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go back?
Jason, if you can just start us back at the beginning of that segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go from here.
Okay.
Yeah, play some of that.
Yeah.
Bilko, kind of walk us through. Yeah. So go ahead, play. Yeah,
it's after the rider intro. So they were out the shed. This was a drag race, and then I think Matto's out in the lead. He's killing it. I thought we were meant to cruise along at the same pace and get a group shot, but Matto thought it was a race. So there's Pastor hitting some of the jumps down the bottom. Yeah, there was a couple more jumps down the bottom of the hill. And then, the one at the top was basically like someone just dumped a couple of dump trucks worth of dirt on top of the flat surface we were just drag racing on. And then they dumped it about 120 feet, 140 feet before the hill started. There it is there. And then it was like, I was definitely fourth gear, probably almost pinned. And then it was into that jump was the next one we hit. But that's me doing a wheelie and then a little jump.
There's your race.
Then we got Twitch doing like, I don't know, it was like 140 foot flip or something, 150 foot.
That's out at Fitzpatrick's, yeah.
Yeah, when they had that Red Bull contest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we
there's Graham Guston. He hit it.
Yeah, Graham Gunston. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Graham and Sterner used to. That was our local spot, G spot. We had the keys.
Yeah, there.
That was kind of like our go-to place right there. I guess you would say.
That's a cool shot there. Well done, cinematography, great stuff.
You know how we get the shot. Come on.
Yeah, you got to get the shot. I do a little
Gotta get the
one-handed
shot.
flip to one-handed lander, and nowadays that's absolutely There's the big jump there from another
There
angle.
you go. That's the big dog.
And then you skate down the hill. But it was fun. It was scary. It was definitely a hard landing, but as I
think
said,
Graham went down pretty hard that day.
yeah, up at the ramp, I think.
No, down the skating one, the one you're talking about. The
Oh
big dog.
yeah, he did. Oh, there was Matto nearly washing out. But yeah, the soil was horrible for to be riding in the hill part of it. It was so dry.
That's probably pretty interesting to people that are viewing this right now and hearing that from you, because they wouldn't know, unless you're telling them, that you're rolling on pebbles, trying to stop.
It was just like dry, dusty pebbles. There's another shot of it.
That's a big dog right there.
Yeah, from there, you had no real traction. So it's basically when there's grass around, you can see some green grass, and the soil's a lot darker brown. It's like chocolate cake. You can actually control the motorcycle a lot better, and it's got grip and it's fun to ride. Like even trying to ride up that hill, if you didn't get a bit of a run up on the flat before you started heading up the hill, you weren't going to make it because it was just like silt, kind of like in the truck race in the desert. It was like silt with rocks in it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, right now everything's chocolate cake in California.
Yeah, exactly. So there he goes. There's Gustin going down.
There he goes.
He got too close to the edge, and he literally. It looked like he rode straight at the wall, but the fact is he couldn't steer out of it because
there's Sterner laughing at him. Okay.
Yeah, he couldn't steer out of it because of how slippery the soil was.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
You can cut, Jason. Thanks.
Yeah, good way to end that one. Well, what do you think? Are we going a little long on this? You want to wrap this thing up? Anything else you want to go through on this one, Bilko?
I just want to say thanks to you guys. I mean, you guys are the reason I got my start in freestyle, and never did I think I'd be touring the country with my idols, like Twitch, Seth, Deegan, Nate, and pretty much you guys showed me the time of my life. So got me in a little trouble, but I kept out of trouble for the most part. But we definitely had some fun and got to see a lot of the places of the world. And I mean, it was Crusty 13 when I was on the cover. As I said, it wasn't a childhood dream because that was nothing that was in my dreams as a child. It was just more of a major accomplishment. Like, damn, I've made it, because that was something that we used to just wear the VCR out. Me, Cam, and all my buddies. I think everyone in Australia just wore those VCR tapes out, and then to make an appearance in Crusty 12 and then get the Crusty 13, it was pretty damn cool. So I'm sure that poster's in Australia. That poster is up, but I'm here in America right now, and I've only got a few bits of memorabilia around me because I take a lot of my stuff home. But there might be a poster in the shed. I could go grab it, I think, but I stopped giving those away because I need to keep a couple of them. But it's definitely framed somewhere. Just not.
It's framed at my house.
Yeah. So I think you actually sent me a couple of the actual cover shot, like the photo plus with all the cover artwork on it.
I think that particular poster, we went to Europe and I had all you guys sign it, and that's what I have framed at my house.
I think I got everyone sign it as well. I had a group shot from every tour as well, so they're framed and back home where we all stood on the landing at the end of the tour.
Can you see me, Bilko, or you can't see me?
I can see you now. I like your hat.
Can you see me?
I found this just for you.
See, is that a genuine Akubra?
It's a Kubra. Got the label right here.
Has it got a bit of hair on it? Is there a bit of hair hanging on, like a little rat tail on top? Have a look on top. No, where the leather band is.
Maybe.
Where the leather band is. Look on the leather band.
It's got the leather right here.
Yeah, usually they have a little bit of hair there, and it's horse hair. And it's like a little tail thing there. Not like a full rat tail, not like Costa Zoo, but Nah, see, so that's just it's specific to some models, but it's good to see you got a genuine Aku, bro.
Got the genuine. I found it for you.
You got the genuine. All right, well, maybe we should wrap this one up. When I get my race truck going, maybe we'll have to hook up Bilko and
Hey, I'd be pumped to if you trust me to drive that thing, and we're going somewhere where it's safe. I'll definitely drive that thing. That feels so good to just blast over some sandwich.
Where is safe, Bilko?
Safe is where I know what's coming up. That's all I said. Just like circuit racing, like the tracks. Apart from rain and stuff, like the tracks, it goes the same direction every lap, and the same bumps are there every lap. So don't just give me your keys and say drive off into the desert.
Nah, with this, it's a whole different thing. It's all about pre-running and reading GPS. So we got like a little test loop we could do as long as you're not trying to put it on its lid. You know what I mean?
No, that's the last thing I want to do. I got a bad reputation in the can for doing that.
Yeah. No, look, here, go back for me. There we go. We get a shot for you. There's your seat right there.
Yeah, I could fit in that. I feel comfortable already. I'm ready to go.
You got it. Hey, I made it to drive it, not for it to sit here. So yeah, no, we'll have to hook up for sure.
Well, I'm around for the rest of the year. Basically, I'm just busy in July. So anytime before then, if you're keen, I'm keen.
All right, I'll let you know when we're taking it out. I'll send you a message. Absolutely. We'll probably be getting
Sounds
it out
good.
in weeks here.
Yeah. 2 weeks I'm going to Oakland for Supercross, but that's only for a day and a half. But
hey, you know what? We actually have a little private course out in Temecula, out past Mattos, out past Links, up in the hills a little bit. And
yep.
We have like a 5-mile loop, so it's kind of like a closed loop, private property. We can go there. We'll go take them up there.
Yeah, wherever suits you. I'll be down. I'm down for sure.
And we got our side by as well.
We bring the UTV and all that shit up there, and Seth got one. And we could bring his. And we'll do the fucking UTV smash up, but we'll bring the there too.
No, there'll be no contact between vehicles. All right, that's just silly.
Well, UTVs, that's all right. We can smash those fucking things up a little bit.
Yeah, well, we don't have the repair budget, so we can't go rolling all of them.
Nah, don't roll them. Just push.
And I'll bring my cousins, the wagon burners.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll keep you posted on that one while we sign this one off and call it a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for having me, guys. Bubba, awesome to see your face again, mate. Dana, you too. John, always a pleasure. And Maestro in the background. Thanks for doing a good job with the clips.
Awesome. Bilko. We will talk soon, dog.
Bilko.
Good to see you, Bilko.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Cheers, mate.
See ya. And that's a wrap.
Bubba. See you next time. Cheers.